Table-topping Southampton come to the London Stadium to face European chasing West Ham United. No, completely and utterly wrong. Relegated, awful Southampton come to the London Stadium to face depleted and really quite dull West Ham United on Saturday at the London Stadium in what has been projected to be one of the most engaging and exciting games of this Premier League season so far. I mean, the bar is pretty low. I hope you are all well. Join us for our match preview. Gary is alongside us. It's been Gary's birthday this week, so first of all, let's all say happy birthday to Gary. I mean, there's no one else here, so it's just me saying it. But first of all, happy birthday for Tuesday, Gary, and how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. You really did a big sell on the game. I can't wait to go out tomorrow now.
Oh, no, I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing. Now, you may notice that we're a little bit depleted tonight in terms of guests. I don't know where they all are, but I do know where one person is, right? You can see where the dedication is for this one person. Look at Mr. Mike Hatcher today, right? Look at this. Look at this. Now, he will claim that he's taken his grandchildren to the fun fair, right? But there's only one person that wanted to go to the fun fair, and that was Mike, right? Look, he's loving it there, look. Get the camera. There's more pictures, Gary. There's more pictures, right? Here he is again, loving life. I mean, God, dear. What about that?
Honestly, Jay, I don't blame him. When the kids were small, I used to love doing that as well. So I look forward to doing it again with the grandkids, if I get any, of course.
So, Mike, I hope you had a joyous day at the fun fair, and I hope tomorrow is even more joyous at the London Stadium. Now, of course, it is Good Friday, Gary. So, I've had quite a good day. You ready for this? Right? Look at all this.
It's a joke, Jay.
No,
look at all
this. Right, and there's more. Right, we've got 12 Thorntons, Maltesers, mini eggs, right? Isn't that... Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I can't even carry them all. See? Isn't that fantastic? What about that?
Are you a big... How long will that last, Jake? Are you a big chocolate eater?
A week.
Yeah? That's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. I don't go stupid. That is 3 eggs, and I've also got some Malteser truffles. Other chocolates are available, but they are gorgeous. They are absolutely gorgeous. So I'm all fueled up. And Gary, do you share to show us what you got for your birthday this week, as we're showing gifts that have been...
My wife said this is a spitting image of me, which I think is a bit harsh.
I mean, honestly, the disrespect in that household.
I know. You know the level of disrespect.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean...
I sit somewhere below the dog in order to... Clearly.
Anyway, let's turn to pressing matters of the important game tomorrow as we face Southampton. Let's just cut to the chase. They're awful. They are down. They are the worst team, probably second worst team the Premier League has ever seen. They have got the record for being relegated first with 7 game weeks to go. They were down. That is a record. And there's been pretty slim things for the Saints to cheer about and march on about this season. We've got to win, Gary, haven't we? Surely.
We have to win, but we were talking off air, and I tend to agree with what you said. I don't think they're the worst team we've played this season. I think when we played them at St Mary's, we beat them 1-0 with Jared scoring, but on another day they could have got a draw, or maybe even a win on that day. So Leicester are the worst team I've seen in London Stadium, but they are terrible. They've got a dire run. They lose away every week, and there is no excuse at all for us not to win tomorrow. We need to attack them and be positive. And if we score early, hopefully their already fragile mental state will implode, so we can score some more.
I think so. And look, I listen. I haven't been too bothered about what has happened in the results in the last few weeks because it purely doesn't matter to us. But if we lose tomorrow, I'm going to lose my head. Right? We cannot lose to this team. We cannot do it. Now, yeah, you raise a good point purely because I made it before. See, he comes on air. Right? I talked to him before about the game, right? And he nicks my point as soon as we get on air. Right?
I gave you credit.
Yeah, you did give me credit. I was at St Mary's for the Boxing Day bonanza in the bitter end of 2024, and yeah, I thought they were quite decent. I mean, the big bloke up front, he is rather large.
Paul,
yeah, he had about 3 pretty decent headed chances that he got none of them on target. And if he'd have been a little bit more clinical there, we were awful that day. That was in the bitter dire embers of the Julian Lopetegui era, and it was a Bowen goal that saved us and probably papered over some pretty big cracks that day because we were just as bad, if not worse, than them. And hopefully that's not replicated tomorrow. Hopefully we can see something. And maybe we are being a little bit negative. Last week, I didn't watch it last week. I was keeping the people of Bruton fed in Greg's, but from all accounts I've heard in the second half, it was spirited, and we gave Liverpool a game and probably deserved something from it. So we've got to try and take confidence from that, Gary, and convert it into a game against a team that are not as good, because that's our issue. We can turn up against the big boys, but as soon as the crap turn up, we get a crap as well, and we lower down below their level, which is really, really tragic.
Yeah, I mean, we played quite well. I think we played very well last week at Liverpool. A fair result would have been a draw. I think even Liverpool fans would admit that. But we lost, as always, at Anfield. So, it's not unsurprising. But you're right. Tomorrow we need to turn up. And the disappointing thing about this season, you look around our team, and I was thinking about Hammer of the Year, and there's so few candidates. You can't say that one. Even Jarrah's not been at his best this season. No. Kudos has fallen off a cliff. Paqueta's mental state, I think, is affected by this betting saga. The only person that I think has been a good sign is Wan-Bissaka. I think Gilman's got worse. Ollie Scarles, he got, unfortunately, a torrid first half against Mo Salah last week. So it'll be interesting to see what will happen with him tomorrow. And I just don't. I like Ward-Prowse, but I just don't see the point of it in the team. Really, it just doesn't bring anything to me. He just runs around a bit and passes sideways. So
the thing with the midfield is that if you have players like Ward-Prowse, Souček, Alvarez, they all do similar things, right? You need something a little bit different. Now, listen, you're okay having a Ward-Prowse in the midfield as long as you've got different midfielders who have got different skill sets around them. We've got similar players, and I mean, Souček's been sat on the bench quite a lot recently. I think that's quite damning. I don't think Potter fancies him, to be totally honest, and we are well aware of Moyes sniffing around him to try and get him to go to Everton in the summer. Whether that happens or not, we'll have to wait and see. But we seem very one-dimensional in midfield, and to have like Ward-Prowse and Alvarez and Paqueta, Paqueta is a little bit different, but it's just a little bit too simple. Like Ward-Prowse, Souček, it's too simple what they do.
I think you're right about Souček. He's on the bench, so he obviously doesn't fancy him. But if we can sell him to Everton in the summer from north of 20 million, that's just phenomenal business. So we've got to start our hands off. The other thing I don't understand about our midfield, and I'll never understand it, Rodriguez has been sat on the bench for weeks and weeks and weeks. We know he's leaving the summer. He knows he's leaving the summer. Why not play Orford? What's
very true. Yeah.
Give these games are meaningless. Give the kid a go in the midfield. See how good he is. Give him a start. See how good he is. I don't understand it.
Can't get much worse, can it?
No, exactly. Another one I don't understand. Ferguson, give him a start tomorrow. We've got this. He's 20, 21, whatever he is, highly rated. He hasn't set the world on fire, but I'd argue he hasn't really given a fair crack of the whip. So let's give him a go. See what happens.
Absolutely, and whoever's up front, whether it's Ferguson, whether it's Fulkrug, let's hope that they can crack open that defence. You see what I did there, Gary? That was good. Yeah. Let's hope for an exciting game tomorrow. See, I did it again. I'm here all week, honestly. Any like comedy shows, any like things you want for me? My email is in the description. All right, and you can.
I think you exaggerate your own talent, Jake.
Do I? Oh no, I don't think I do. Honestly, I don't think I do. I think I'm incredibly exciting in what I do, and it's exuberant in everything that I achieve. But there we are. That's just my opinion.
I think you overrate yourself, Jake.
Do I? Oh. I had poached eggs for breakfast this morning, and that was absolutely gorgeous. I must say, Dad, that was superb. Poached eggs on toast this morning. On Good Friday, I do like a good poached egg. I've been inspired by the cruise ship breakfast, and I have taken it home, and Dad has delivered, which is very good indeed. There's not a great deal to talk about this. We could talk about Flynn Downs returning to West Ham in a Southampton shirt. He seems to have done, he hasn't done okay there. They've been awful, but probably his level, doing decent in the Championship, Flynn Downs.
Who's the manager Southampton now? I've lost track. They sacked the other guy, didn't they?
They sacked Urich. I don't know who else is there. I've got no idea.
They got a temporary guy in charge now? They must have. I don't know. I don't know who's in charge. So I don't know what they're going to do differently. Not a lot. No, exactly. I just think they've been really poor this season, and there's no excuse at all not to win tomorrow. And what I want to see, for the first time for a long time, is two halves of quality. You always get to see one half, 45 minutes. Usually the second 45 minutes is better than the first 45 minutes. I don't understand why we train all week, we don't turn up from minute one. So let's make sure that happens tomorrow. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah. Simon Rusk is in charge of Southampton, whoever he may be. He will be in the dugout for Southampton. Now, they have released a bit of team news. Flynn Downs is available to face West Ham. He has served a 2-match suspension because he has received too many yellow cards in the season. So he is back involved. The midfielder missed defeats at Tottenham and Aston Villa, but is ready to face his former employers this weekend. Elsewhere, striker Paul Onuachu will need to have his ongoing ankle injury assessed after coming off at half-time last week. So he is a doubt. Maybe not. Will we see big, tall Paul Onuachu involved, and hopefully not, to be totally honest, because he's a bit of a threat. An update was offered. The manager said he's back in and around the squad in the last day or two, so it might be a bit of a 50-50 at this point. So it's one to assess tomorrow and give us a bit more time to see where he's at. We're hopeful, but it's not conclusive. So keeping his cards close to his chest, maybe not, in terms of Paul Onuachu. I mean, if he's not there, it completely changes the probably way we think about the game and the way they think about the game as well, because they're just obviously going to try and lump it up to him. We're not great defensively in the air, if we're being totally honest. You'd like to think we're not going to go back 5 at home to Southampton, Gary, but you never know.
No, it'd be disappointing if we go back 5 against Southampton. We need to go back 4 and really attack them right from the start. We have to get at their throats and just really the bottom. I don't know how many goals they conceded, Jake, but it must be getting close to 70 or more than 70. So we've got to attack them. Two again, let it in. We've got to make sure we get 2 or 3 tomorrow at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how many goals they've conceded. It's probably a pretty scary statistic, along with a lot of others. They have conceded 77 goals this season.
Cool. That's over 2 a game, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, no, we've conceded 54, which ain't great.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, 77 minus 54 goal difference.
Wow.
2 games. Wowzers. Oh, blimey, that is that's made me tired. 77 goals conceded in how many games have we played? 32.
33. So pushing towards 100 tomorrow by giving a good tonking. That's what I'd like to see. I can't remember the last time I came from London Stadium with a big win. Can't remember the last time that happened.
Neither can I. We beat Bournemouth at home 4-0 in January 2020, but that was also 5 years ago.
Was it 5 years ago now?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't actually remember a proper tonking after that where fans were there, because we beat Watford, but there was no one in there, was there? Have we actually thrashed anyone else at home? Brentford a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was 4-2. 4-2.
4-2. Okay, 4-2. Yeah, but that felt a bit like a tonking, didn't it?
Yeah, I suppose that's the biggest one, but I can't remember any 4-0, 5-0. As you said, from 5 years ago, Bournemouth. Blimey.
Well, yeah, because it was Moyes' first game back in charge, because we sacked Pellegrini at the end of December, and then it was the start of January that Moyes came in and we beat Bournemouth. What a highlight!
Banging out so flies, isn't it? Wow, 5 years.
Exactly. 5 years. Wow. There we are. Right, let's take some comments. Troy says, we're really worried about Southampton's attack. Maybe we should buy their forwards too. I mean, if we sign Aaron Ramsdale, I think I might actually go on strike. I'm going to be totally honest. He gets relegated everywhere he goes. If we sign him and we go down, I will never, ever forgive who employed him. Do not go near him with a barge pole, right? The only club he has not been relegated with is Arsenal. They were never going to get relegated. Where's he been? Sheffield United, Bournemouth, Southampton. They've all been relegated. Do not go anywhere near the guy. He might be a nice lad. He might be a half-decent keeper at times. Do not touch him. Go nowhere near him. I just had to get that off my chest. Sorry, that just had to be done. Gary, would you contrast my views on Aaron Ramsdale?
Do you know what? I would actually. I'll take him because I think he's better than Fabianski, who's now 40.
40 today. Happy birthday, Fab.
And Areola, I think I've said this before. I think he's one of the best shot stoppers in the division, bar none. But the rest of his goalkeeping, he sits on his line too much. You never hear his voice. He's not a commanding keeper, and his distribution is appalling. So, there's too many ifs and buts. but his shot save is amazing. So I think I'll give Ramsdale a go. From what I've seen of him, he's a good keeper. I mean, if Southampton had 2 goalkeepers today, they'd still go down, I think. So I don't think you can blame him entirely for that.
No. It must be pretty lonely being the keeper for Southampton. I mean, all you've got to do is look at the crap in front of him. Probably can't do much better when they're conceding 3, 4, 5 every week. It can't look good on the goalkeeper in terms of stats, but really it's not up to him entirely, right? So I'm going to find some more Easter jokes whilst I am doing this to fill some time to engage my audience and to further accentuate my comedy talent right here on West Ham Official on this fantastic Good Friday evening. Gary, the attire is very, very summery of you. A pink Lacoste polo shirt. I mean, they live well down there.
Yeah, the sun came out once on April the 6th, and I've been wearing it ever since.
Oh dear. Harwood Bellis, another player that has been linked with a move to West Ham or Southampton. We're basically clearing them out, aren't we? To be totally honest, we took Ward-Prowse on about taking Ramsdale and Harwood Bellis as well. I don't know.
Yeah,
I wouldn't take Ramsdale.
Just trying to think anyone else I'd take from the relegated clubs. Leicester, I can't think of any. No. Ipswich, I think everyone wants Delap. That's not going to happen. I think he got some sort of 30 million release clause, hasn't he, if he gets relegated? So that got picked off by one of the bigger teams than us.
Man United will get him or something. Yeah.
Who else would I take?
Ben Johnson.
Yes, they got Ben Johnson.
Remember him?
I do. Bring back Ben.
Let's get Ben and Flynn back in, shall we? Because it's worked brilliant for them this season. Let's get Ben Johnson and Flynn Downs back.
That will be good. Ipswich got. I don't think they got their left backs quite. What's the left back called?
I know who Ipswich have got. Calvin Phillips. Should we get him back as well?
I forgot about him. Yeah, I can't remember. Ipswich left back's quite good. I can't remember his name now.
You've lost me.
You're kind of me a bit.
I don't know. Well, to be fair, I could list the whole Ipswich starting lineup, and then you would probably tell me his name. But
no, don't worry about it.
No, I'm not going to do that. I will look at left back. Did you say right? Left back. The left back in their last game was it's something like that. Oh, Leif Davis.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that.
But let's see what there's strong rumours we're going to raid the Championship, which would be good.
Yeah.
So, but it looks like Burnley Leeds are definitely coming up, and then one from the others in the playoffs. So that could be a lottery. So
it's all hotting up. The Bristol City are giving it a good go. I'd love Coventry to come up for the Frank Lampard derby. That would make my year. Going to Coventry away, singing Fat Frank for the full 90 minutes.
The gap we've seen the gap. This is the 3 parties all went down easily.
Dreadful.
They got massive jobs to do because Burnley were terrible and then they went down. Leeds has had 2 years down there, and whoever if Coventry come, that's 10 years they've been down or something like that. Coventry.
The fact and reality of it is, it honestly doesn't matter how good they do in the Championship last in the season before, because it's been totally debunked in the last 2 seasons. Burnley, brilliant, awful in the Premier League. Southampton, brilliant, dreadful in the Premier League. And we were talking about the Premier League show the other day. I mean, by pure process of elimination, you give Leeds the best chance because they're the bigger club. They've had 2 years to prepare themselves again. They missed out in the playoff final last year. Maybe they'll be better equipped.
Yeah.
But who knows? Honestly, they might be just as bad.
Yeah, I think with Leeds as well, they've got that home support, that home ground. It's a tough place to go and win. So that's the.
They're not going to go down without a fight at least. I say that's what you'll give them, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give that. I think they'll be tough to beat at home.
Yeah.
I think Leeds. So that's the thing you've got to look at with them.
But yeah, Sheffield United's and your Burnley, it's just boring. Like, because you just know they're going to go straight back down. Sheffield United, have they ever actually stayed in the league in the last 10 years when they've come up? Like, I don't think they have. Like, they just go up. Same with like Norwich. I know they're not up there this time, but Sheffield United and Burnley just don't bother. Just stay in the Championship. Like, no one wants to be totally honest.
It must be tough to be a fan of that team because you know they're too good for the Championship. They're not.
Because it's the highs of winning the playoffs and all, winning automatic promotion, and just knowing you've got to come up to VAR, better teams, and getting battered every week. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But, and I'm sure there's teams that would rather stay in the Championship than come up to the Premier League. Whether the Sheffield Uniteds and Norwiches are like that, I don't know. But
I mean, if you're a fan of Saints and Leicester and Ipswich, you can't have enjoyed the season. You really can't.
Oh, dreadful.
Yeah, you lose. Yeah, exactly. So if you're going down, at least you've got a chance to win a few games. But we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. Now, tomorrow, in a more important manner, is the DT38 Awareness Day. If you are there tomorrow, there will be plenty of information in the matchday program. If you don't usually buy it, then maybe get yourself one tomorrow, because it's a double program as well, because the women are playing at the same time. So you've got 132 pages of West Ham program joy for your £4 with lots of brilliant information about DT38 and how you can help. There'll be loads of information pre-match as well, trying to raise awareness and get the message out there. And the clap on the 38th minute in commemoration of Dylan, who of course passed away on this day, as well as John Lyle. So a pretty sobering and sad day for the football club today, with some pretty sad anniversaries falling today. And may they both rest in peace and both be commemorated tomorrow in a good, proper way by West Ham. So that's a matter of importance tomorrow. Hopefully that can be symbolic and can be good to raise awareness for the charity, and hopefully to finish things off, it could be a nice 3 points on the pitch as well. So a prediction, Gary, what do we think?
3-0. 3-0 to the Hammers.
I like it. Confidence. I'm going to better you. For some reason, I don't think it's going to happen, but I don't do this very often. I'm going to go 5-0 West Ham. Why not? Why not? 5-0. Someone stick a fiver on 5-0 West Ham. We'll go arse on the winnings, all right? 5-0 West Ham. I don't know why that's coming to my head, but it just has. If it happens, I'm a miracle worker, but I doubt it. It's probably going to be 1-0 and awful, isn't it? Let's be totally honest, but we can hope. Hey ho. Is that your Indian order? Just come behind you there. There was somebody just walked behind.
As it is.
Is it? There's no way.
It is. Absolutely.
People are going to think that's staged, but I was going, do you reckon Chinese or Indian? What do you reckon he's gone for? It is Indian. There you go. He's off now. There we go.
Actually Asian fusion, they call it.
Asian fusion. So there we go. Right, we've got to let Gary go and eat his takeaway, otherwise he'll get told off, and she'll take the monkey back to the shop and get a refund on it. But
you take me back to the shop, or she takes that back to the shop.
Did you get Gary a sausage roll for his birthday? I didn't know it was his birthday. Gary, would you like a sausage roll tomorrow?
Will it be fresh?
Yes. You've been listening to Nigel too much, you have. You've been listening to Nigel too much.
If it's fresh, yeah, I'll have it on the ground. I'll be very kind to you. Thank you very much.
Okay. I will see what I can do. I think we've got about 20 in the house currently, so I'm sure we'll find one. We'll bring some sausage rolls tomorrow to celebrate your birthday in our normal meeting spot. Well, maybe we'll walk round and Gary's got his name on the seat and he's got a button, comes in, takes his bag, gets him a drink, and all the rest of it. But, right, enjoy your takeaway. We'll see you tomorrow for a fantastic afternoon of scintillating football action. Exciting, Gary, do you reckon?
Yeah, it's going to be very extraordinary, Jake.
Is it? Oh, good. Oh, good. And I forgot to look at some puns here. And Gary, why did the baby chick cross the road?
I don't know, Jake. Why did the baby chick cross the road?
To meet up with her peeps. Let's see. It's quite good, that one, isn't it? That's a good one. Terrible. That's a good one. To be fair, I didn't even read that before I said it.
Better tumbleweed emoji. I'll be throwing it right now.
What do you need if your chocolate eggs mysteriously disappear?
Don't know.
An explanation.
Dear.
I'm here all week. 2-0 West Ham, 3-1. There we go. We'll leave it there. Hopefully tomorrow, if we don't win, we'll get a pretty stern explanation for the display at the London Stadium. Come on, you irons. I'm going to go and eat me 15 million mini eggs I've got here, and we'll see you soon right here on West Ham Official. Come on, you irons, and goodbye. Cheers, Gary. Thank